Live from the Channel 4 studios in Boston, this is WBZ News at 6.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us here on CBSBoston.com. I'm Ken McLeod. We begin tonight with summertime temps to finish off summer. Makes perfect sense. A warm day today, maybe even warmer tomorrow. Meteorologist Zach Green joins us now. He's got a look at your forecast.
Just picture perfect for the first half of the weekend. Temperatures returning into the upper 70s and low 80s for most. How about 82 degrees in Plymouth? That beat you out from 78 yesterday, 83 in Boston, and that is about 12 degrees above where we should be for this time of year. So the red boxes started yesterday afternoon. They continue today, and we are going to check off a few more. Talk about Sunday, Monday, maybe even lingering into Tuesday before we start to pull at least some of the cooler conditions for the middle of next week. And we are going to be cooler tonight as well, under mainly clear skies. Not expecting many clouds, and we can keep that trend around for most of the day tomorrow. There is going to be a little bit of a shift, specifically as we go into the evening hours ahead of an approaching cold front, but all things considered, how about the mid and upper 80s for afternoon highs? At this time of year, you really shouldn't close in on 90 degrees, and this is not football weather. It's more beach weather than anything else. So the Pats kicking off at 1 p.m. I think a lot of folks will be out towards the sand to take advantage of it. And if you are right along the immediate coastline, we have to take a little concern with the rip current. It's going to be potentially dangerous or hazardous to swimmers and surfers, so you want to take note of that if you are heading out towards the beaches. That being said, the water temperatures are still relatively warm, 62 to 69 degrees. The farther north you go, the cooler those water temperatures are. But here you are for Gillette, not feeling fall-like, definitely midsummer-like temperatures, all about the sunshine from the tailgate right until the win as they are playing the Jets tomorrow. And then we are ringing in the new season. Fall officially on Monday morning, 3:50 a.m., but that is actually expected to be the warmest of this 4-day stretch. So yesterday kicked off the warm-up. Monday will be the end of it. We close to 90 degrees once again that afternoon. Away from the water, there's also going to be a touch of humidity. I don't think you really get it for coastal locations, and if you want to be in the cooler spots, well, head down towards the Cape and the Islands. Still struggling to get out of the low and mid-70s on Monday afternoon, but we are still going to feel at least some of that humidity to kick off the week, and it lingers to a point as we go into Tuesday when we're tracking in some of the scattered showers. This is not going to be a major concern for the daytime hours on Monday, but by the time the evening rolls around, some of this green spilling into western Massachusetts, and we continue with the scattered chances overnight moving into Tuesday morning's commute. Tuesday afternoon, that's when we drop back into the 70s. Wednesday, even cooler still, tracking another round of rain for Thursday, but drying everything up with sunshine by Friday.
It requires taking on, clearly, a broken system, the calcified structures that allowed him to win in the first place. The daily acts of oppression and injustice that enabled 63 million Americans to think that he was a better steward of their dreams and hopes and aspirations. Our country.
Congressman Joe Kennedy making it official today. He is running for the U.S. Senate. The grandson of Robert F. Kennedy launched his bid this morning, saying these divisive times require a bold new approach. Kennedy will try to unseat incumbent Senator Ed Markey for the Democratic nomination in 2020. WBZ's Paul Burton was in East Boston, where Kennedy made his announcement.
Thank you, guys.
Surrounded by his wife and children, Congressman Joe Kennedy said the words his supporters have been waiting to hear.
I'm here to announce that I am going to be a candidate for the United States Senate.
The 38-year-old made his announcement on Saturday morning in East Boston. He began his speech talking about his family history and the American dream.
This community, Massachusetts, has been with my family for an awfully long time. And so my commitment to you is that I will show up, that I will be there for you.
And it didn't take long for Kennedy to criticize President Trump.
Donald Trump has forced a reckoning in our nation, without question. But to meet this moment requires more than just defeating him. It requires taking on, clearly, a broken system, the calcified structures that allowed him to win in the first place.
Kennedy will now be in a battle against incumbent Ed Markey, along with two other candidates, Labor attorney Shannon Liz Riordan and businessman Steve Pemberton.
this is going to be a tough race. I look forward to making my case across Massachusetts.
After his official announcement in East Boston, Joe Kennedy spent the day traveling the state, speaking to people about key issues like affordable housing. His first stop is the Villa Victoria housing community here in the South End.
The need here, definitely housing is a big need. Also, we are now facing the issues in the neighborhood of the opioid crisis and education, making sure that our schools are strong for the kids.
Fight for your future. It's worth protecting. Thank you all so much.
In Boston, I'm Paul Burton, WBZ News.
Other news, Everett police and the Middlesex DA's office are investigating a deadly shooting that happened overnight. It happened outside a flower shop on Ferry Street near Broadway. The DA says the victim and a woman were leaving the Karma Lounge just before 1 this morning when a fight broke out between the couple and several other people. A number of gunshots were fired and the 47-year-old victim was struck. Good Samaritans provided first aid until EMTs arrived, but the victim died later at Mass General. Governor Charlie Baker got another update on repair work along the Green Line today. The D branch will be running buses all weekend between Kenmore and Newton Highlands so crews can repair the tracks and signals. Work is also underway on the Orange Line. It's all part of the T's $8 billion upgrade. The governor says he knows that the disruption of weekend service is hard for commuters, but it allows the work to be done much faster.
People will be able to work basically around the clock from 9 o'clock on Friday night until 5 a.m. on Monday morning. And that's a big block of time that they can actually get very big projects like this one done in a single stroke.
The T hopes to have all of the repair and upgrade work done by the middle of next month. More spraying for Tripoli is going on after a second death from that mosquito-borne illness. Sections of Bristol and Plymouth counties were sprayed last night. Health officials announced the second death related to Tripoli, a 78-year-old man from Freetown, on Friday. There have been a total of 10 human cases so far this summer. Officials say the larger than normal mosquito populations and a change in the virus itself are both factors. That is a brief look at your news here on CBSBoston.com. We thank you for watching.